Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about hometown heroes, there's a certain distinction. Now, this guy had a success at probably every level of hockey: WHA, NHL, AHL, CHL, OHA, and no matter what he played, his personality and his hard work ethic drew fans from London to LA to Michigan to Baltimore to Indianapolis to Cincinnati to Quebec to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and St. Catharines, Montana, and in Europe. So we're going to talk about the many lives of the great Reg Thomas today, and it's more of a celebration. We're doing kind of a series of podcasts last few days, not saying the original Nordiques, but the inauguration year of the Nordiques in the NHL, and Reg was part of that. So Reg was a center. Born again in London, Ontario, 5'10", 180, came to major prominence with 300-plus point performance over 3 seasons for the London Knights of the OHA in the early 1970s. His best campaign was his draft year, where he had 135 points in 61 games. Now that year he was drafted second round, 29 overall by the Blackhawks in the NHL draft. And he was the number 1 draft pick of the LA Sharks, 8th overall in the WHA draft. Now, he decided to sign with LA, had an okay first season, 35 points in 72 games. 75 in a combination season with Michigan and Baltimore, he had 21 points in 50 games. Now, 76 was his breakthrough year, where he broke the 20-goal mark in 80 games for the Racers. 77, he added 25 goals in 79 games. And 78 in a combination season with the Cincinnati Stingers and the Racers, he had 19 goals in 67 games. Now, the last season of the WHA with the Stingers, he put up some dynamite numbers, almost like a career year at Major Pro, 71 points in 80 games, including 32 goals. Now, 79-80 was a weird season for him because the Nordiques decided to bring him to the NHL, and he put up some decent numbers, 16 points in 39 games, including 9 goals. But get this, ladies and gentlemen, in only 31 games with the NB Hawks, which were an affiliate of the Nordiques at the time, or a partial affiliate, he had 40 points in 31 games, including 20 goals. Now, 81 with the Nova Scotia Voyageurs, he hit the 35-goal mark for the first time in minor pro with 36 goals in 74 games, good for 79 points and 7 points in 4 playoff games. Now, he went back to Cincinnati in 82, played with the Tigers, Cincinnati Tigers, the newly formed CHL team, 110 points in 80 games, including 47 goals, and went back to the AHL the next year in St. Catharines again, put up some dynamite numbers, 92 points in 80 games, including 35 goals, and he wrapped up his minor pro career with 3 goals with the Montana Maya Magic of the CHL in 84. Now, after a spell in Austria with WAT Stadio, he retired from hockey in the mid-80s, and he ran a farm and produce market just outside of Lambeth, Ontario. Very beautiful community. Now, what's ironic is his hockey connection doesn't end with him. Now, his talented son, Reg Thomas, played hockey as well for the Sarnia Sting and the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds of the Ontario Hockey League. Now, Thomas has another son named Dylan, who was drafted by the Belleville Bulls of the CHL, and his youngest son, Blake, also played with the Sarnia Sting. So the talent in the extended Thomas family goes very deep. Now, I want you to do a favor for me, ladies and gentlemen. There's many YouTube productions out there about the initial 79-80 season for the Nordiques. So if you have a chance, give it a look, especially the first game Montreal played against Quebec in that season, and it's kind of a precursor, what I call the true Battle of Quebec, which started in 82. 1980 and 81 season wasn't really as huge as it was in 82, but 82 it got to a level. You have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, 82, 84, 85, 87, and of course 93. The Battle of Quebec was hot, but at the time this was just they were just feeling their way. But it's kind of interesting. He played all those years at the WHA, deciding to sign with LA, and he finally got the chance in NHL. And a lot of people felt that he could have been in Toronto in the mid 1980s, because Toronto obviously was very interested in him, but it never worked out. But for me, Thomas was a very decent player, good on the power play, good on even strength, sort of like a poor man Steve Shutt, because in the minors, boys, you gave him a chance to score, he put it in. And I do remember a few highlights when he was with Cincinnati, with the Stingers back in the day, and boys, he had a fan base there, and he loved him. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the very talented life in hockey of Reg Thomas. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, or subscribe. Requests are also always encouraged. And just remember, take a look at that Nordique jersey there. Isn't that something we should see come back on a new team in Quebec? Maybe the Nationals rather than the Nordiques. We got to bring the Nordiques back, or the Nationals, or whatever you're going to call it. Thanks for listening. Bye.